Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa are currently in excellent health. As of early 2026, they continue to bring their signature spark to life, proving every morning that their real-life bond is as vibrant and robust as ever. The Weight of the Morning, a study in invisible strength. The studio lights of New York City are designed to erase shadows. They are brilliant, unforgiving, and constant. For nearly 30 years, Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa have thrived under that glow. Their partnership has been the gold standard of public romance, a fast-paced, witty, and seemingly effortless dance. But in this imagined chapter of their lives, the most profound moments didn't happen under the stage lights. They happened in the soft, gray light of the early morning, before the world was watching. The thief in the room. The diagnosis of an aggressive autoimmune disorder is not like a sudden lightning strike. It is more like a slow, creeping fog. In this fictional narrative, Mark, a man whose identity was partially rooted in his athleticism and boundless Consuelos energy, began to find himself at odds with his own body. It started with a heaviness in his limbs that no amount of coffee could lift, and a persistent fatigue that felt like walking through water. For a man who built a career on being the leading man, admitting to a lack of strength felt like a betrayal of the script. He continued to show up on set, tailored suits masking the inflammation that burned beneath the surface. He rationed his smiles, saving his biggest ones for the camera, so that the viewers, and perhaps his own children, wouldn't see the cracks in the foundation. The anchor and the advocate. What shifted the emotional arc of this story was the transformation of Kelly Ripa. To the public, Kelly is the queen of the pivot. She can turn a technical glitch or a missed cue into a comedic masterpiece. But behind the scenes of this health crisis, her pivot was of soul and steel. Kelly became a scholar of the invisible. She spent late nights huddled over medical journals, her quick wit replaced by a fierce, quiet focus. During a pivotal consultation in a hushed Upper East Side office, when the doctor explained the complexity of the disorder, Kelly didn't break down. Instead, she reached across the chair and gripped Mark's hand so tightly her knuckles turned white. It was a silent vow. I am your advocate. I am your memory. I am your strength. The courage of the performance. Morning television is a contract with the audience, a promise of normalcy. In this story, the most heroic act Kelly performed was the daily walk from the dressing room to the host's chair. Viewers noticed a change, though they couldn't name it. They saw the way Kelly's hand would linger on Mark's arm during a transition, or the way she would subtly take the lead on a high-energy segment to give him a moment to breathe. Her laughter remained bright, but it took on a different resonance. It was no longer just entertainment, it was an act of defiance against despair. At home, the household became a sanctuary of stillness. Their children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, returned to the nest, not as kids needing guidance, but as grown pillars of support, proving that the love Mark and Kelly had poured into them was now flowing back in reverse. The new definition of together. Mark's journey inward led him to a different kind of power. He traded the gym for meditation, discovering that the mind could soothe the body that medicine couldn't fully reach. He began to value the unproductive moments, the long afternoons sitting on the terrace with Kelly, watching the city move while they stayed perfectly still. This fictional account ends not with a cure, because autoimmune journeys rarely offer such tidy endings. Instead, it ends with a recalibration. Mark and Kelly proved that a marriage isn't just about finishing each other's sentences, it's about holding the silence when the sentences stop. As they stepped onto the set for another broadcast, hand in hand as they had since their days on All My Children, the world saw a couple that was no longer just unshakable. They were deeper. They were seasoned. They were a reminder that while the future might be fragile, a love built on decades of honesty is the only medicine that truly endures.